Hey guys, so we'll be creating a server now. So before that, let's create our monorepo using workspaces. Let's say yarn init for our package.json file. Inside, we need to say private is true for workspaces to work, and then we'll specify the folder for our workspaces. We'll be putting everything inside packages. Then let's create our folder now called packages. And after this, we'll create a server over here. So before that, if you take a look in the Typeorm CLI, they give us this init command for creating a project. Copy this over. We'll say yarn, npx Typeorm, say Postgres over here, and then for our project name, let's call it server. And before that, we need to change the directory packages. Okay, take a look in the server folder now. Let's remove this readme file. Take a look in the package.json file over here. Let's say private true for workspaces to work, and then let's change our name, photographer's paradise, and then let's remove the description here. We need to update our TS node, so we'll do that by saying yarn. We are installing a node module first, so we need to update these packages over here. We'll say by yarn upgrade interactive. Let's select all these dependencies, and let's take a look in the ORM config over here. Let's change this. I need to add in my username and then my password for my database, and then my database name. I've actually created a new database called Paradise. You can do this by saying create db paradise. I've already done this before. And then let's change this ts to star, so even JS files get verified. Let's go back in the package.json file. Let's do this like I haven't seen it. And that is it, I guess. Try to start a server now. Seems like the config file is missing. This is essentially due to what we can do is we can change our ORM config file to our root folder, or else we can no hoist our Typeorm library. That is a better way to go at it. So the workspaces and use no hoist, and we'll specify which library, so Typeorm, and then we'll say all the files inside Typeorm, and that is it. So what we have to do right now is we need to remove our old node modules that is inside our server and our root folder. So rather than removing it by ourselves, what we can do is create a new script over here, and let's make a script file. Let's call this clean. Before that, let's install learner. So what learner does is it'll go to each individual packages and remove node modules for us. Let's install learner. Can add dash the w flag. We'll say learner. The w flag is for installing libraries inside a workspace in the root folder. Before that, let's not save this because learner is getting installed in the package.json path. After that, let's create our script now. Let's say clean, and then we'll use the learner clean commands, and then we'll say remraf our root node modules. And after that we'll also create a new script called fresh, so we don't really have to keep typing clean and yarn again. We'll say yarn clean, and then we'll say yarn. Let's clean our node modules by saying yarn fresh. It seems like learner.json file is missing. We can do that, get that by saying learner inits. The learner init, what we have to do is take a look in the yarn blog. Scroll down over here in the workspaces blog. They say we need to specify the npm client and the user workspace is true for learner to work with workspaces, and that is it. So let's take a look in the package.json. We'll say yarn fresh. Rather than specifying yes over here, what we can do is we can add the -- yes flag and we'll say fresh again, so we don't have to keep typing yes when they prompt us for typing yes. And what fresh does is it'll clean all the node modules in the root folder as well as the packages inside, the folders inside, and then it'll call yarn again, so it'll reinstall all the node modules again. Take a look in our server. Let's try to restart our server again. Like okay, so the thing is we haven't specified true here, and private is true. That's why workspaces have completely skipped the package.json file over here. Let's say workspace. Let's go back. Now you can see how our yarn fresh command is. Okay, let's go back to server now. Let's say yarn start. Okay, so everything seems to work now. Now what we'll do is let's take a look in the index.ts file. We need to install GraphQL and also Apollo server. Go to Apollo docs. Click on Apollo server and then get started guide. We'll be using Apollo server with Express, so if you come down here for integration here, we can actually utilize this Apollo server with Express. Let's add in Apollo server with Express and GraphQL as well. Go back, take a look in the get started guide. We need to add GraphQL as well, and then scroll down here. Let's copy that over, let's paste that here. Let's remove this first. We'll make this to an async, and let's remove schema here. Do that. Change this to import. Just remove that, and then let's create a ify. So soon after the file gets called, this function gets called first. Copy this, create. Let's make this async. Await this. This is inside our ify. And for our type defs, let's go back to get started over here and let's copy this type def for now. See if our GraphQL is working first. Let's remove comments. I don't think we really need this book type. Move all this, change this to a string, and then for our resolvers, let's copy this. and let's change this to a string. Say hello world. Then for this app, what we need to do is let's download Express. Go to Express docs. We really need to go to Express docs. Install Express, and we just need to say app equal to Express. That is it. Copy this express over here. Change this to import, and it's seems to be typo. Okay, so everything seems to be set. Let's try to start our server now. Let's take a look in the playground. So we have actually created a query over here called books. So let's call this books query, play, and hello world. There we go. Now next what we need to do is we need to install TypeGraphQL. Go to get started guide installation, install GraphQL types and TypeGraphQL as well. We'll say yarn adds okay, and scroll down. I think all these are set before. We need to add this async interval .ts config. That's, and then let's change this to ES 2017 as well. And then let's change our target to 2017. Build to dist. We need to specify this in our git ignore as well. Let's move this git ignore to our root folder. Okay, dist, and seems like everything is set. Our installation. Let's go to get started. We need to copy this schema over here. Go to our index.ts file. We'll say schema. Let's remove type different resolvers. Schema is waiting for our build schema. It's coming from TypeGraphQL. It's like TypeGraphQL. Okay, and for our resolvers, let's create a folder over here called modules. And then inside our modules folder, we'll say user folder, and inside that we'll say user.resolver.ts. Let's copy simple over here. Let's copy this query. Let's change this to user resolver. That's add in a bracket over here. Change this to hello. We don't have any arguments for now. And let's just simply return hello world. Let's change to string. This is what we are returning. And let's import resolvers from TypeGraphQL and query as well. That is it. So in our index.ts file, we need to specify the path. Remove this and say your name plus the current folder, so it's inside modules, so we'll say modules and all the folders inside modules that is ending with resolvers.ts. Okay, so let's see if our server is working now. Let's remove these resolvers and type this here. That anymore. Let's try to restart a server, and before that let's emit our schema file to see if everything is working correctly, and then let's start a server now. Seems like an error. Like I made a typo in resolver. Restart a server again. Okay, everything seems to be working now. Let's take a look in the schema.graphql file. We have a query called hello and it returns hello world. Let's take a look in the playground. Let's play, and needs to be query hello and then books. So that is it guys for this video. So hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.